Bad news about inflation again this week. Inflation spiked 5.4% in June, up beyond 5% in May as well. The White House touted that the American families would save an average of a measly 16 pennies on their July 4th cookouts this year. The White House ignoring the fact that driving to a cookout would put the family in the red because of fuel costs, depending on how much you go. The White House announcement seemed like a spoof to me from The Onion or Saturday Night Live. Is this out of touch with everyday Americans? And is the Federal Reserve underestimating the risks of inflation? That's what the Wall Street Journal recently published an op-ed on that.
Well, as to answer the question, is it out of touch with ordinary Americans? Yes. I mean, I live in California, where gas prices for premium are hitting $5 a gallon. Overall, I think that'll help us in the long run because it'll steer us more towards alternative fuels. But as to your second question, I'm sticking to my original guns. I believe this inflation is transitory. I believe it is based more on supply chain issues and thin inventories than a long-term trend. Lumber prices, which people were yelling about a couple of months ago, those have come down now. So I think gas prices will eventually come down. I think there's been, again, supply issues. And I think a lot of people that weren't driving are driving more now. So it's kind of a perfect storm. But I think the Fed is right not to worry about it. And I would be very, very surprised if you had some long-term spike in inflation, because I think the fundamentals, if you look at the bond market and things like that, the fundamentals are very indicative of no real long-term inflation threat. And the stock market and everything else, they were a little spooked at first when they said they would raise interest rates in the end of next year. But right now, the market is back to where it is. And if you look at particularly tech stocks in the last few weeks have had a huge boom with Apple now hitting $2.5 trillion market cap, which is pretty amazing. That's 10% of the entire S&P 500.
Well, stay tuned. We keep debating this, Dave.